Today, there is an interesting update from the direction of Kostiantynivka, Donetsk Oblast. Here, after facing a humiliating setback at Pokrovsk, the Russian command shifted their attack to Kostiantynivka as they ran into the Ukrainian defensive line. The Russians sent a massive assault group with dozens of armored vehicles to break through, but were funneled into a devastating kill zone. The goal of the Russian forces west of Kostiantynivka was to achieve a decisive penetration through the Ukrainian defensive line, creating an opportunity to encircle Pokrovsk and Kostiantynivka simultaneously. This would disrupt the Ukrainian defenses in two critical sectors, potentially destabilizing much of the front line. Following the relatively rapid Russian advance in this area last month, Ukrainian forces quickly redeployed light units to delay further gains, successfully buying time for reserves to reinforce the secondary defensive line. Despite gradual Russian advances since the initial breakthrough, the Ukrainian defenders managed to slow the enemy's momentum, preventing the collapse of the front line that Russia so desperately wanted. Russian forces now face fortified Ukrainian positions southwest of Kostiantynivka, where they have been unable to advance further for the past 2 weeks. The Russians currently have one significant advantage: the establishment of a bridgehead across the crucial Baikal River. This allows them to move more troops and equipment across the water barrier, increasing their offensive potential and the intensity of their attacks. The geographical position of the bridgehead offers flexibility for an attack on either Kostiantynivka or Pokrovsk. But given limited resources, Russian commanders appear to be focused primarily on advancing toward Kostiantynivka. This tactical choice also threatens the Ukrainian defensive line near Toretsk, increasing the chances of a successful maneuver for Russia. However, the Ukrainian defenses around Kostiantynivka are strong and well-designed, significantly shaping Ukrainian tactics and providing a decisive defensive advantage. Complex anti-tank ditches and natural terrain features effectively channel Russian forces along the heavily fortified Pokrovsk-Kostiantynivka highway. Ukrainian engineers have built a sophisticated network of multi-layered defenses along this critical road, constructing a formidable defense in depth. Rows of dragon teeth along the highway serve as concrete barriers to stop Russian armored assaults, while hidden Ukrainian positions within the fortifications deliver devastating fire. Ukrainian artillery and drone operators wait in concealed positions, ready to unleash intense fire on enemy formations entering these well-prepared kill zones. Faced with mounting difficulties and aware of the increasingly reinforced Ukrainian positions, the Russian command opted for a desperate gamble. They planned to launch one large-scale mechanized assault rather than their more typical smaller infiltration tactics they have been relying on recently, hoping to surprise and overwhelm Ukrainian defenders. The Russians dispatched one of the largest mechanized columns seen in this sector for months, consisting of at least 23 armored vehicles and over a dozen motorcycles. However, the column drove directly into a carefully prepared Ukrainian kill zone along the fortified highway. To avoid running into mines on the road itself, the Russians drove beside it. But the Ukrainian minefields extended into the fields, destroying several of their vehicles. The battle was brutal and chaotic, lasting over 3 hours as Ukrainians obliterated this massive Russian assault part by part. Ukrainian FPV drone operators and artillery systematically dismantled the Russian formation as it struggled to advance due to the obstacles. The engineer vehicle intended to clear a path through the dragon's teeth was destroyed, as were the soldiers on motorcycles that could have blown a path through them with explosives, causing the Russian armor to bunch up and be devastated by artillery. The scale of losses incurred in this latest attack represents another severe setback for Russian commanders, reflecting both poor operational planning and underestimation of Ukrainian preparations. Nevertheless, previous patterns suggest that Russians will regroup and return, refusing to abandon their objective. Ukrainian commanders expect that Russia is already mobilizing additional units and equipment, preparing another offensive effort against the long-coveted Kostiantynivka sector. Ukrainian drone strikes on military targets race to weaken Russia before major offensive launch crane systematically targets Russian command centers, ammunition and oil depots, and railway networks to delay Moscow's planned multi-front summer offensive spanning from Sumy to Kherson, the largest coordinated assault Russia has attempted since the full-scale invasion began. Today, there is big news from eastern Ukraine. Here, as Russians are on the brink of kicking off their multi-front summer offensive, Ukrainians are launching a summer campaign of their own, targeting key Russian military and logistical assets. By using missiles and long-range drones, Ukraine aims to deal as much damage as possible at the most important moment, right before the Russians accumulate enough forces and equipment to overwhelm the Ukrainian army.